Boom, sup guys, on a fights here, Larrymons, coming here with a first place deck profile of a new deck that I use for a tournament. So yeah, I'm gonna show it off as you can see with the sleeves and the energy I use. Boom, stand up Vanguard, Unsullied Eyes Youth. So I use a Youthberk deck, as you can see here from the starter. This deck's really highly competitive. I think it's my first competitive deck that I actually had fun with. Like, I tried Aichi and stuff and Kai decks. They just felt a little slow. It just didn't feel like, you know, I'm gonna say divine standards, because in divine standards, you're gonna be doing plays for days. And I feel like with this deck, it just does plays for days. So onto the deck profile. First grade is gonna be 1 with the ride line, doing the ride line first. So this card doesn't really do anything when you ride him. It's there. But when he's rode upon by the grade 2, you Soul Blast 1, look at the top 5 cards, choose a Youthberk, add it to your hand, or if it's a grade 2 or less, you call it to the rear guard. It's going to be Sorrowful Ardent Light Youth, so he doesn't really do anything either until you ride again. But when you do ride again, with Energy Blast 3, choose a grade 2 or greater from your drop zone, and then add it to your hand. So what I usually do is I would discard the 3 that I'm going to get later with it, and then get him back with this skill. And then last card for the ride line.
Skyfall arms rebuild.
Youthberk Skyfall Arms Rebuild. So this card's pretty broken. What he does is that at the end of the battle, this card can perform a Revolve Dress. So when he does a Revolve Dress, you could choose up to 1 RevolForm from your hand and ride it as stand and -2 drives, or you could choose 1 from your drop zone and ride it. But you have to counterblast 1, so that's the only thing about that. And then after, when you attack with this, ride your RevolForm, you would discard a card to increase or decrease its drive to 1. So usually you want to increase it to 1. End of the turn, you would just bind it instead of putting it in the soul. So yeah. So I'm gonna start off with the grade 3s. Obviously run 3 more for the Persona ride. So when you run from the Persona ride, you would just Persona ride and extra +10 draw card. Pretty good. Play 4 Youthberk RevolForm exists.
Youthberk RevolForm exists.
This card's pretty broken. What he does is when you Revolve Dress, you do all the following. You Energy Blast 3, stand in rear guard, and then all your front row gets +10. So, but if you have a bind, this card, he would get +20 instead. Then he gets a crit. So you don't get a crit first turn, but you still get the stand. So you do your 5 attacks, and then the crit's just pressure. You know, it only has 1 drive check, but it's extra attack. So yeah, just run that. And then the other grade 3s I played, 1 Fire Regulus and 3. Yeah, your boy Larrymons got monies now. Nebula Night Orders. This card's broken. I would usually always pitch it for, you know, riding during the ride phase, and I would just remove it and use it. So at one point I used 2. So you basically check top 7, get a free card. Check top 5, get a free card. If you don't want it, you draw. Broken. Now to the grade 2s. Play 4. This card. This card's really good. What he does is when you call him, Blast 1, check the top 7. And if it's a Youthberk, add it to your hand. If not, if it's a grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, you call it. So you'd either call a card or get a Youthberk. Pretty good. Next card, play the Ace unit. What this card does is you would Energy Blast 3, you'd look top 7, call 1. And then you could choose that or this and gets resist. And when he attacks, he basically gets +5 when he's placed, and then +10 again if your opponent's a grade 3 or greater. So he's swinging for, 15, 25 by itself. It's pretty good. The only thing that sucks is that it has 0 intercept. So you can intercept with him, but it has 0. That's the only downside to him. But yeah, free cards. And last card for grade 2, you play this card. It's pretty good. I would usually pitch him. So because when you place your Youthberk during your ride phase, you would Soul Blast 1 and then call it. And then it gets +5 if you have a grade 3 or greater. And if your bind zone has a Youthberk, it also gets +5 again. So it's +10, and then you get intercept for 10k. So it's a free card that intercept for 10k. Broken. For the grade 1s, play the Doggos. Doggos are broken. Really good because early game, your opponent doesn't really call as much. So he would always get that +5, and you check the top 2. So I'll be swinging for numbers. So swinging for 23, or it's grade 1s, 21. So it's just, they would usually no guard because it's too big. So great card at 4. Next, you play, this card's a mandatory at 4. What this card does is, anytime you discard during your turn, and if you have Youthberk, which you always do, you would search for the grade 3, basically. You search for the grade 3, and then you put in the soul. Or you can keep it in your hand, but it really depends on the situation. Sometimes I keep it in my hand, just so, because I don't have enough counterblasts, or I just soul blast it. Next, grade 1s that I added to the deck, play 3 Lians. This card's broken because I would just have it early on, and then I'd discard. And then I would usually discard either the Nebula Knight or the Fire Regolith from my hand to draw 1, discard 1. It just helps filter the deck. Next, play the 1. This card's pretty good. It basically, you put a total of 2 from your soul or drop from the right deck face up, and then you would check top 5 and call a card. Or if the other skill is, it gets +15. I'd use it for the calling because it just free call. And then the last, I played the Elementary Sanctitude and 3 different picture PGs because I like different pictures. You can do whatever you want. Lastly, for the triggers, I'm going to do the 3 fronts. You need the 33 block. It's just mandatory because everyone's swinging for big. 33 blocks broken for 1 card. Then I play 4 crits. And then I play 4 more shiny crits. Yeah, from the Aichi deck. And then heals is played the special heal. When they restand, you get +15. And then 3 more different pictures of heals. These are really nice. Shout out to Irvin. Money bags for hooking me up. And then I'd play the, I'm trying to be very aggressive with this deck, so I play the red OT. What this does is you choose a card. You obviously put 100 mil and attacks twice. It's just pressure. Yeah, for the matchups I had, let's see. First match was against Dayusha. That guy was pretty crazy. He did his Dayusha stuff. And then second round was Zenith. That was hard because they'd have a lot of cards to guard. But since I rushed them early, because this card pretty much you get 5 attacks during like even your first ride. They're at high damage, so I could beat them like next ride because just the 5 attacks and the +20 especially. It's just kind of big. I'd be swinging for 50, 60, 70 sometimes. It's just insane. And last match was against an undefeated Gear Chronicle player. Shout out to that guy. He was really good, really nice. Had a great game. But yeah, so what I did with that game, I would just obviously rush him like really early. Like even before he strode, he was already at like 4 to 5 damage. So this deck just does a lot of pressure with attacks, and they're swinging for big. So yeah, that was my first place deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, comment down below your ideas, your thoughts, and yeah, Honda Fights, Larrymons signing out. Peace.